All right, good morning, everyone. To the people online, good morning and welcome to Advanced Team Mental Fitness. Today we'll be talking about why people buy, understanding the modern customer. So before I start, I would like to say that like every other aspect of life that experiences evolution, sales itself as it were is also experiencing evolution. The way we sold in the 1900s is not the same way we sold in the early 2000s, and it's certainly not the same way we are currently selling in the 2010s. So we've noticed significant shifts in customers' responses, the way they want to buy from you, the way they want to communicate with you, especially with the introduction of, or rather the access to internet. Most customers make buying decisions first by consulting the internet. Some go as far as even taking health advice from Google, which is of course is not ideal. So today we are going to be going in depth what makes customer want to buy in this age and time. So I am going to be starting with a quote from Brian Tracy that says, "The key to success in sale is to understand the need and motivation of your customer." Let me quickly add here, right now a lot of people are currently practicing the scale of preference, whether consciously or unconsciously. We engage in some kind of scale of preference before we go ahead to purchase anything. You want to ask, is this something I need right now? Is this something I can survive without in the next 1 year? Is this something I can move? Right? People make all of this, whether conscious or unconscious decision before they go ahead and buy. So for your customer to actually key into giving you money, it has to meet their need. They have to be motivated enough to want to take that step. So the truth, people don't buy what you sell. Nobody wakes up to want to give you money for what you sell. If what you are selling does not create any solution or value to them, why should they give you money? So the truth is that today they buy a solution. If what you are selling can provide solution to a certain need in their life, they are going to be willing to give you money. So I jot down here, let's be honest, nobody wakes up wanting to buy a product, right? They are trying to fix something. Your job is to justify what is not working in their life or business and position what you are selling to answer that question. So people have gone beyond just buying the product. They are buying the answer to a problem. Let's take skincare for instance. If I do not have a pressing acne problem, I don't go out looking for brand that provides a solution. So if for you to sell to me who do not have a terrible acne situation, there's going to be a lot of motivation that comes with it, number one. Number two, it has to be so much solution that either it is providing it now or in the long term. Whether you're positioning that product as product that if I start using it now, I will never have acne again. That is how I'm going to look at that skincare brand. Because right now, it is not a pressing need for me. They buy what? A solution, they buy results. They buy a feeling. When something makes customers or clients feel very good, they are likely going to part their money with you. Let's be honest, a lot of people buy things either because of, let's say legacy is even on the high side, because it makes them feel elevated. Some buy things for status purpose. I think sometimes in 2018, 2019, somebody said the bulk majority of Nigerians that use iPhone, I don't know the exact iPhone at the time, do not maximize it to its utmost. But why do everybody save to buy the latest? It's because it elevates their status one way or another. That is a feeling they are buying into, right? They have a feeling of being among, a feeling of being relevant at the time or in the grand scheme of things. Another thing is a transformation. People are looking for that product that will change something in their life. Now the question is, how do you position what you sell to be a transformation to your ideal customer? The moment it becomes a transformation, you talk less. People just, the moment you talk to them, they understand, it clicks because you're already giving them some kind of what? Transformation. Maybe let's say in real estate right now, we are calling people to come land bank with you, right? And you're selling a life of transformation for them, that in the next 10 years, do you know that this particular land you're buying for ₦1,000,000 can be worth 10 million naira? Now it is not transforming their life in the now, but it's going to transform in the future. That is what you're selling to those customers, and they're likely going to give you their money. So let's look at these reasons why they buy as we proceed. So who is this? Who is the modern customers? Who is the modern buyer? I use Kunle here as an example, the modern buyer. Kunle is that guy that is constantly online. He has information in fact, as much as, or even more than he can even digest in a day. Even as at today, before we buy any phone, we go online to check specification, the features. So depending on what we want to buy, we know the feature we are looking out for. So Kunle, as at today, the modern customer, he has access to information. The product knowledge you want to give him, somebody already gave it to him for free online. And that person is likely canceling the product and the solution you are bringing to him. So he has access to information. Number two, he's impatient. He doesn't have time. If you're not responding, there's 1,001 brand out there that is probably doing the exact same thing that you're doing. So why should Kunle sit down and wait for you? The third one is that he wants clarity. Before he gives you his money, what is the guarantee that the thing that you said he's going to get it in return? So Kunle needs clarity, right? The next thing is that he has options. He has options. He doesn't have to die with your brand alone. If your brand is not hitting the hammer on the nail, right? He has other options to check. He has other places he can check to see what's up with them, right? Even before they buy, they pick up your product and compare it side by side to another. The question is that in that state of comparison, can your product survive? Then the next one, they hate pressure. The moment you start pressuring them too much, they begin to smell scam. That is the modern buyer. They begin to feel like, why does this person want to just collect my money immediately and go? And as salespeople, we tend to, even though pressure comes with it, but the way you pressure now should not be different from the way a random seller pressures, right? You're not just pressuring on the buy it now or it will get sold out tomorrow. The thing we are going to call pressure is you trying to communicate constantly with them, providing solution at every phase while calmly waiting for their decision to be made. So you can hasten them up, probably with your offer that is just maybe 3 days or 4 days out. But if you want to pressure Kunle so much, he will block you on WhatsApp and every other place. The next one is they value speed and transparency. This is very, very important. What you tell Kunle on the first day of your pitch should be what Kunle will get on the 10th day of commitment. The moment Kunle do not get it, and it's so bad that he cannot, the next thing he's going to go on one TikTok live and drag your brand. That is the modern customer. Now the next on our slide is the 5 reasons why people buy. Modern customer psychology. I have mentioned before, problem solving. What it is that you are giving to them has to solve a particular problem. In this day and time, if your product is solving financial crisis, you're going to see people come to you. If it is going to elevate people, make people look better, if it's going to even turn people to AI, they don't mind. Like AI, the way AI does this thing, no pimple, no scratch. If you offer that, I can tell you for free that you're going to get people. Now, pain moves people faster than pleasure. Modern customers buy to remove financial stress, uncertainty, risk, delay. Find the pain, then sell your product as a relief to that pain. That is how the modern customer thinks. Emotional satisfaction. 90% of buying decisions are emotional. Logic justifies it later. I think we've heard this time and again. You would have bought that thing and then you find out that, why did I even buy it? Then you try to now recompensate yourself, telling yourself that, well, if I don't buy it now, in the next 3 months, it might be way higher. The truth is that it might not be. But because you were emotional at the time, you've made the purchase and something has to justify it. Now, trust and credibility. Today's customer is skeptical. They buy from people they trust, brands with proof, advisors and not pushy sales rep. People who prefer solutions with advice and not just buy. I have a target to meet. Authority closes what persuasion cannot. What is authority in this context? Standing on the ground and making them understand that whatever it is that you are doing, you understand what it is. And this can be done through your social media communication, especially as it tends to be the number one place where people run to check you out. Then the next on the list is social proof. Before you use a product, I do it. I go online to ask for review. And funny how there are already people there who are willing to give you, in fact, they've done the review before you came to ask. The review are there online, right? Modern buyer asks, who else has bought it? What are other people saying? I know how many products I didn't buy because somebody said it was bad. And me, I am a review buyer. If nobody has given review, I will not buy. The same thing with even the food I eat. When somebody eats it and say it is good, I might eat for that place for the next 3 months. Before I will not hear another person say, okay, this place is better, and I move to that place. I don't want to be the scapegoat. Right? So, testimonial reduces fear in this aspect, and visibility creates credibility. The more they see you, what you say, you grow. They see you from one stage to another. People tend to trust you like more because of your showing up, because you are showing the stages of your what? Of your growth. The same thing applies to your product. That's why there's a lot of testimonial selling now. Be it in real estate, be it in skincare, every aspect. People are posting testimony. In fact, people are running ads now with testimonials because they convert faster. Right? Then the next one is future gain. They are buying the future, not the present. In real estate especially, they are buying appreciation, they are buying legacy, they are buying freedom, they are buying retirement security. Now, the question is, that product that you are pushing to these particular customers, would it meet their exact need? The same product you push to a man in his 50s may not necessarily be the same you push to a person in his 20s or early 30s, because they might not have the same need or expectations at that same time. So understanding how to, put your content out there to meet the needs of various demography, right, is going to be paramount to how you see sales convert, especially from the internet. People want you to talk about your product so it resonates with them. Now, let's look at the shift that we've experienced over time from old versus new. Old, you can just present what you have to people. For you to sell to the modern person, in this case, Kunle, here is how it helps you. If they understand it better than this is the product, who your product help? What is that product going to do for me? They put in the old way of selling, they push for yes. Once the moment they get a yes, oftentimes they even pay instantly. But yeah, you ask questions to uncover the real need. A customer might see an Ubuntu package. Now let's come back home, right? The customers, this is what I want. You take your time to understand the need of that customer. Maybe while talking to the customer tells you that, that in my plan now, in the next 4 years, in the next 5 years, I should be putting blocks on the ground. I should be setting my foundation. It is your job, right? Remember, they don't talk to sales rep. They prefer advisors. It is your job to now advise that customer accordingly that this particular product you saw may not work for you, but I have something else. When you talk in this line and direction, they are willing to listen to you. And you can only do that when you've spoken with them over time and you are able to identify their need, right? So it's not compulsory that the first thing a customer sees, that is what they must buy. If it's not resonating with them, if it is not meeting their needs, please Just refrain, because you're not going to give that particular customer the satisfaction that they need. Now, in the old times, they highlight their future, how this is going to turn your life, how it has this, it has that, and all of that. In the modern time, they highlight their results. Nobody is doing church anymore. You know, they are now showing results. The next one is one script fits all. I think I already explained this. Where they can just stick to one script and say the same thing to everybody. Right now, if you sell to a man in his 50s and you bring it back to a Gen Z person, right, and you say the exact same thing you sell to them, that Gen Z guy will not call you again, because you're stressing him out. You probably do not even understand half the things you said. Then the next one is, theirs is to just what? Close quickly, whether you come back or not. Let me just close you. But the modern customer lost confidently by solving a real problem. I think this. So by solving a real problem confidently, that is how you close the modern customer. Remember when I spoke about authority, right? When every of their answers is met with confidence, they tend to trust you more. You tend to appear as an expert in your field. That takes us to the practical application at the 6 stages of the sales funnel. I think the sales funnel is one particular topic that is familiar to salespeople, right? Where somebody who do not know your brand from anywhere meets your brand, maybe via awareness, via social media ad, via campaigns. They meet your brand, then they start talking to you. They develop what? Interest. At the point of developing interest, what they do is that they compare options. This brand that I have that is giving me this offer, can I get a better offer elsewhere? That is what they are doing at that phase while you are talking to them, right? The next one is consideration. They want proof that people have done this thing before and they succeeded with your brand. That's why, again, I will say testimonial videos, testimonial content will continue to sell out products faster than product knowledge, any day, anytime. Then the intent and decision making. They need to trust you. And how do they trust you if they've not seen that other people have partaken from your services and, you know, gained better results? At purchase, they expect speed and security. Now, when I give you my money, you're not going to run off. Let's take outbound that is almost 10 years this year. You still go out to market and you hear people say, what if tomorrow the CEO says he's not doing again? Those are the kind of thoughts that comes into their mind. So you should be ready to answer these questions even before they ask it, right? Then finally, loyalty. This is where, at the point of purchase, is where most salespeople lose valuable customers. Why do I say this? At the moment they close, we run off to the next person. It is at this point that you want to be sure that whatever you sold to that person met their expectation and they might be willing to refer you. Right? So you want to engage them. In as much as you're not putting your 100% energy on them, you're ensuring to keep in touch. You're ensuring to ask them, oh, the product you bought, how far? How is it going? So I'm going to now just those same stages. At the awareness stage, the modern customer mindset is to research online before they engage your brand. Let's say they don't know you from anywhere, you haven't spoken at any events, they just see your content, maybe show up 1 or 2 times, they like the content, or whoever is in the content, the first thing they want to do is check out your brand. They value authenticity and brand that resonates with their needs or value. If it's not resonating with my need, why am I engaging you? Distraught over sales message. They don't like the constantly buy now. It's a sales period. You have to buy now. Except you buy now, you may not make heaven. You will lose them, right? But they will prefer educational content that breaks your product, whatever it is that you sell, down to the basics that you can explain it to a 5-year-old and they understand. Now, the key thing you should do there, and this goes out to, I would like to say, the marketing team and the media team, right? You guys are at the frontiers of things, the front line of things. The content that you put out, the thing you say to the first person that has never seen the brand might likely be the thing that will stick with them. as you progress, right? So the key action here is to create value-driven content, right? Educational as well. And I know that we are doing that, right? We can also up on that as well. Highlight problems your product solve, not just the features, not just it is affordable, not just it is in the 30 minutes to the airport. The kind amount of lies realtors have told with airport, only God can save. Just 15 minutes to the airport and you're driving 1 hour 30 minutes, you're driving 2 hours. The next one is leverage social proof. Yes, that customer that say, oh my God, you exceeded my expectation, they went to site, oh my God, wow, I wasn't expecting this. Leverage content like that. That's what people want to see. That's what they are going to put in their money, because somebody else already said, wow, it means that I'm going to like it when I get there. The next one is at the interest stage. So what I am trying to do is to help you understand the mind of the modern buyer at every stage of your sales funnel. Now, at the point where they are developing interest, they are building curiosity, right? Customers compare options online, reading reviews and seeking validation. They expect transparency and responsiveness. They look for personalized experience relevant to their context. That is where I spoke about selling to a 50-year-old demography and a 20-year-old demography. What resonates with one might not resonate to another. Who says your product cannot serve the both of them? Just the way you communicate it, that's what differs. The next one is the key action now is to use personalized messaging based on their behavior and preferences, right? The 25 years old just needs you to give them testimonial. They just need you to show proof. In fact, if you have virtual site store, they would rather do that. But the 50-year-old man would rather go to sites before trusting you with their money. He'll say we can accommodate both. Create your product in such a way that even both of them, can always benefit from it. The next one is engage on multiple channels. We already do that. Provide targeted guide and comparison. If you're saying you are selling investment that is going to better their financial life in the next 20 years, look for content that can compare now and later. Look for lands that have sold in the past before and what their values are now. People resonate faster with content like that. That takes us to the next phase, consideration stage, right? Modern customer mindset. Customer wants proof that your solution works. The thing that you are telling me, if it works, why are people not showing me? Where can I see that it really works, right? They value convenience and minimal friction in understanding your offering. This is you lose people here faster. The moment your product is so cumbersome that you take time to explain, that it takes a certain people to understand, it's going to be hard for people to interact with such products. The next one is emotional factors, such as brand alignment and trust, heavily influence decision making. The moment you position your brand as one that is out for the youth, as one that is out for empowering the youth, empowering the less privileged, the moment you center your brand in a certain way, people want to just align with it because it is our current situation, right? Then the next one is key actions. Provide case studies, detailed product demo, and ROI examples if possible. Let's take Cow Ranch for instance. People have bought it for the time past, right? Can such people, can we see them? Can we provide the receipt? Oh, they've been getting their payment. We know in here that they've been getting their payment. For the customer that is meeting you for the first time and is interested in that product, needs to see that evidence to be sure that you have been paying your customer. That is how we think. No evidence, no case. The next one is make information easy to access, clear printing, FAQ as much as possible. All the questions that they've been asking you, turn it into content, use it to, educate the public and support. Address objection proactively. The moment they say, oh, why is this? You should have a valid answer for it. No objection is wrong because trust me, customers has objection. None of the objections. You just have to be prepared enough, and your brand solve the problem enough that you've even cleared such objections before you get there. Now, at the intent and decision making stage, now they want to choose the solution. Their mindset at this time, customers often decide based on convenience, speed, trust, and social proof. They appreciate clear, no pressure guidance. Modern buyers can abandon if the process feels cumbersome or impersonal. Now, key actions: simplify the buying process. Easy checkout, clear next step. But if I buy it now, what is the next step for me? After that next step, what is the next step? So when there is a vision, like in an organization, there should be clear step broken down on how we intend to achieve. That is how the modern buyer can flow with you, right? Then the next one is the key action. Okay, simplify the buying process, offer live support and consultation for final question, reinforce trust with guarantee, reviews, and testimonial. Then the final stage. This is where every salesperson is always waiting for, right? The purchase stage. They've given you their money. At this point, when they are giving you their money, they value convenience, speed, and security. As they are sending you the money, they need their receipts as fast as possible. They need you to confirm, if possible, via mail, that you got a particular amount of money from them. The next one is they expect post-purchase communication and support. And this is where a lot of people, salespeople, ghost them. That point where they need more support, they just ghost them and move on to the next. So the next thing now falls back to the customer care department, which is not supposed to be. Now, key action: ensure smooth payment and delivery options. If we say we are delivering in 48 hours, let's start 48 hours. In fact, let it be 24 hours, you just promise 48 hours. If you are going to deliver in 72 hours, make the time longer, and please do not exceed that time. Because honestly, there is a way, a number of customers sometimes, when they reach out, we will just be like, is it not just because we are going to still give you? And they are like, no, you said this. That thing you said, forget, it's not leaving them. Then the next one is, begin nurturing for repeat purchase and referral. That is where the occasional checking up on them comes in. Asking, oh, how is it going? Giving them the update on the particular location they bought per time. Now, note, I stated here, modern customers expect more than the sale. They want a seamless experience that confirms that their decision was correct. The moment they start having hiccup, they start remembering that, I would have just gone with the other brand, and I suspected it just start coming up, right? So for the final stage, they've bought, they are now your customers. At that point, they share experiences online, whether good or bad. They are going to put it online. They'll put it online and tell the entire world, oh, this was my experience. If it was good, kudos to you. And if it was bad, it goes a long way as well. They expect proactive support, updates, and appreciation. After they've bought, they still need you for times where they experience a little bit of challenge. They need your support. That's not when you were chasing them, you were online 24/7. They could reach you in fact, if they don't reach you today, they can reach you tomorrow. After the purchase, they are looking for you for 1 week. You became American Visa. It's very hard to actually get. The next one is they are more likely to buy again from brands that provide consistent value. Now, key action: send follow-up emails, survey, and helpful tips. Encourage review and testimonials from them. Post-purchase engagement fosters trust, advocacy, higher lifetime value. Ignoring this stage can reduce repeat purchase and harm brand reputation. The moment they identify you as a brand and when they buy, you disappear, they are not going to tell their friends about you. In fact, if their friend encounters you and comes to tell them, they are going to tell their friend not to buy because you ghosted them after purchase, right? So for you to keep enjoying referral from them, you have to keep your communication line open. Now, in conclusion, the brand or organization that will close the modern customer is the one that is genuinely out to solve real problems with clarity and direction. They are the ones who are able to earn the trust of the modern customer, because people no longer buy just product knowledge. They make informed decisions to buy certainty. I want to be sure that this thing that I'm buying, this is what it's going to be in the next 2 years, in the next 3 years. People now buy certainty even more than they buy product knowledge. And they buy certainty and certainty alone. And in today's market, the brand that provides certainty is the brand that wins. It's not even rocket science. If people have said time and again that a particular brand provided a particular solution and it has lasted over a period of time, there is a tendency that people will keep tilting to that brand and make it difficult for even the upcoming brand in that sector to survive, because there's already a certainty solution attached to that particular brand. Now, closing quotes. People do not buy goods and services. They buy relations, they buy stories, and they buy magic. There should be one more, yes. So, key takeaway from today's class. The modern customer is informed. Let's have that in our mind. Even before you come in front of a camera to talk about a particular product, look beyond the Google features of that particular product. Talk about it in various other ways, because there's a likelihood that that same thing you're going to say, that particular customer has seen it in the first 3 videos before getting to you, and all of you are saying the same thing. Now, the modern customer is informed, connected, and expect personalization. Every stage of the funnel matters, from awareness to advocacy. Your strategies must align with their expectation. Businesses that understand and anticipate customers' behavior convert better, build loyalty, and generate long-term revenue. So whether you are at the front line of sales and marketing, engaging customers one-on-one, or you are in the media department creating content to create awareness, always remember to ask yourself, what problem am I solving? What emotion am I triggering? What future am I painting? And what fear am I reducing? Thank you very much. So we've come to the end of today's training. If you have any question, contribution, or whatever you want to ask, kindly put it in our comment section and we'll do well to reach back to you. Thank you very much, and my name is Nwagu.